What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Christian J Show. So today is the last TV show review because we are transitioning to the movie review come June 30th. Yes, you heard right. June 30th will be the start of the second half of this season because this is the mid-season finale and I will be taking a break. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, you would know that I have been pushing out episodes ever since August 14th, which would be in 2 months. Well, yeah, 2 months, child. And seasons 1, 2, and 3 have kind of like been back to back to back. And I have not allowed myself to like take a break between seasons. So I will be taking a little break to just mellow out, focus on life, college, my mental health, make sure my mental health is good, because you always need to make sure your mental health is good. I don't care what nobody say. You have to take time to make sure your mental health is good. And you have to take time to just focus on yourself. So this is the mid-season finale, and this is the last TV show review for this season, because we're moving into movie reviews next episode. This is the Christian J Show TV show and movie review. So let's go ahead and get to this TV show that I want to talk about and I want to review. It is my all-time favorite. Everyone should know that this is my favorite. Everyone who follows me on TikTok, they know that this is my favorite show. It is Grey's Anatomy. Baby, Grey's Anatomy has been on for 22 seasons. The 22nd season has not came out yet, but they have been renewed. So they have been on for the longest. They are the longest running medical drama. Yeah. They premiered in 2005. I believe I was 2 at the time. No, I was still 1. I was. They premiered in March. I was born in August. So, but I will be the age that they are now this month, this year, not this month, in August. They're 22, I'll be 22. The 22 seasons, I'll be 22 this year. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, Grey's Anatomy is one of those shows that captivated you from the first episode and the first season at that. Like, that last episode of the first season, when we found out that Derek was actually married, and Addison came up and said, I'm Addison Shepherd, and Meredith's like Shepherd. And Addison was like, hey, you must be the woman that is screwing my husband. I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going to be one of the best shows there is. And Grey's Anatomy has not proved me wrong yet. Now, granted, there are some parts of Grey's Anatomy, there are some seasons of Grey's Anatomy where everybody finds it a little bit boring. Everyone finds the COVID season boring, which is season 17. But I find the COVID season actually interesting because they showed a side of COVID that we as the people did not know. They showed what doctors had to go through, what doctors had to do, and how hospitals had to do and maneuver due to COVID. And we the people who are not doctors, who don't, or nurses, or don't know anything about a hospital, but just the patient room and the cafeteria and the vending machines, we didn't know. So we saw what I know, it's kind of like unrealistic or realistic, I don't know. But I enjoyed the COVID season because also it did bring back some of our favorite characters, like Derek and George and Mark and Lexi. So we saw them. Now, let me go ahead and get to the characters because a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about the characters. I'm just gonna say it. I really don't hate Owen though. I mean, yeah, he said what he said to Christina, and yeah, he was dead wrong. But overall, I don't really have a problem with Owen. Like, I really don't. To be honest, I really don't. I mean, does he have his moments? Yes, just as every character does. Has he cheated? Yes, as have majority of the characters have. But is he the worst person on the show? No, not really. But let me go ahead and get to the rest of the characters. I love Miranda Bailey. She is the best of the best. Now, everybody says Miranda is jealous of Meredith. I don't think she's jealous of Meredith. I think she is jealous of the favoritism that Meredith has gotten. Remember, Richard basically made sure Meredith went to Seattle Grace. Meredith was never supposed to come to Seattle Grace. If you watch season 16, episode 8, My Shop, Richard's assistant says that Meredith was never supposed to come to Seattle Grace, but Richard made sure that she did. And I kind of feel like Meredith always been the rules. Just like every other character, they have been the rules. Not saying that Bailey is above the rules. Even though sometimes she acts like she is above the rules, and sometimes she gets to be above the rules. Hey, if Meredith could be above the rules, so can Bailey. Everybody always say, "Oh, Bailey, she did that, she did this." Okay, but Meredith does a whole lot, and half of y'all don't even bat an eye to it. I think Bailey basically said she raised Meredith. This she did because Meredith had no direction before, so. Bailey is like a mother. I mean, even though she is a mother, but she's like a mother. And as a mother, as a parent, parents get upset at their kids for doing things that they know they are not supposed to do. And that's what Bailey did. She gets upset at Meredith for doing things that she's not supposed to do, putting herself in jeopardy. Okay? So I don't think she's jealous of Meredith. I just think she's jealous of the favoritism that Meredith has gotten from Richard, because it's like Richard has felt this need to protect Meredith or favor Meredith because of Ellis. I mean, even though you could protect Meredith, but still though, at least be fair. Now, she loves Meredith. She does. And she's one of the best characters on the show. So, and her and Ben are the best couple on the show. Argue with your mama. I don't care if y'all be like, well, no Meredith or no Slexy. I don't care about no Meredith or Slexy. But first of all, Derek is dead, and Mark and Lex are both dead. But anyway, though, Meredith and Derek, they are great. They are one of the best couples on the show. They are that. They are that couple. But if you ask me, I was Team Truck. Team Truck. I'm glad Derek go. Meredith got to thrive a little bit better after Derek left. When Derek died. And I was Team Plane too when it came to Mark. Yeah, I really was. Now, like I said, Ben and Bailey are the best couple. Now, they should let Bailey and Ben keep that baby that she was pregnant with. I mean, I'm glad they got Prue. But I'm pretty sure Ben wanted a child that he created, like his flesh and blood. Yeah. Let's go move on to Izzy. Now, I love Izzy. Izzy is one of the most over hated characters. And I feel like many people that hate on Izzy would love. Okay, I gotta put it. The people that hate on Izzy would love another character for doing the same things that Izzy has done. Just saying. Now, Izzy and George were married and started a family. They were. And I feel like everyone always said, wait, is it this, is it that? Okay. But Meredith and Izzy was kind of like one of the first two people to actually have a bigger, let me see kind of hard. Meredith and Izzy had a bond that Meredith and Christina really didn't have if you kind of look at it differently. Because Izzy was the only person that Meredith begged to stay. Everyone that Meredith has known and that has left, she always told her, y'all can go. You can go. She even pushed Christina to go. And I feel like Izzy and Meredith had a bond that was different than Meredith and Christina and Meredith and Alex. If you get what I'm putting down. Meredith basically begged Izzy not to leave. And it really wasn't for Alex, but it kind of was like, I need you too. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah, Izzy did some questionable things. Yeah, that wire. Honestly, I was like, Alex, I was not finna go down for her. I really wasn't. Because, honey, you should have known better. I'm not finna go down for you. But Izzy was a great doctor. And while all the other residents weren't even trying to teach their interns, George was an intern, so he had to repeat his year. Christina didn't try to teach her interns. Alex didn't try to teach his interns. Meredith didn't teach her interns. Izzy was the only one that tried to teach her interns. And they didn't want to learn. Like, come on now, she's at least trying to teach y'all. She's at least trying. Christina, she barely even wanted to remember y'all name. They were trying to be Bailey, but they could not be Bailey. Nobody could be Bailey. Now let's move on to Miss Meredith, the main character. Now, I prefer Meredith after Derek died. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like Meredith was always in Derek's shadow. Like, she really could not shine on her own without him always being there for her. And the only time I did not like Meredith was during that whole pick me, choose me, love me mess in season 2. Like, girl, stand up. What you up here begging a man for? What you begging a man for? Huh? Girl, stand up. God. You don't be begging nobody. Like, I literally could have jumped through the TV and, like, knock some sense into her. Because I was like, girl, do not beg a man. Do not beg a man. You would never beg. You don't beg people. You don't. If they don't want to be in your life, they don't want to love you, they don't want to be with you, don't beg them. Don't beg them. Ugh. But I wish the writers could have kind of like let Meredith stay single for a while. Like, they always wanted her to have a man. They really did always want Mary to have a man. Like, let the girl stay single. Jesus. They never let her stay single. But I do hate that we did not get Mary Hayes, though. Meredith and Hayes. I really hate that we didn't get that. But, like, we got Mayor Link. I mean, not Link. Mayor Nick. Really? Nick? Seriously? Like, come on now. Like, we could do better than that. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but it's like, I think it was season 14 or whenever Link came on the show. I feel like they were kind of like hinting at Meredith and Link to be together. Like, if y'all remember, that's what they were kind of doing. This was like when it was Meredith and Link, and then Meredith and DeLuca, and they were trying to have a love triangle between DeLuca, Link, and Meredith. And I feel like they was kind of gearing up for like a Meredith and Link relationship. I kind of wanted to see where that went though. I really did. I really want to see where Meredith and Link would have went to, like a date or something. I mean, they were supposed to go out, but still, I really want to see that. But that's just me though. Now, Alex need an anger management bad, because what you beating up DeLuca for? And you heard Joe yelling, "Stop!" and he ain't do nothing. Like, come on now, sir. Let's calm down. I mean, I know anybody that see somebody on their girlfriend like that, yeah, their first reaction would be like, yeah, fight. But, okay, calm down at one point. Like, you was beating the brakes off of that man. But he is a good surgeon. And I'm glad he switched his specialty. Because plastics, Alex, be for real. Be all the way for real, because ain't no way. No. Plastics was not for you. But I do hate that everyone always say Arizona got Alex in the peds. Arizona got Alex in the peds with babies and kids. But no, it was actually Addison. Like, come on, put some respect on Addison's name, because Addison was the one who got him into peds and neonatal and all that. Let's put some respect on her name. Now, I don't know if it's me, but I did kind of see, I wanted to see where the little Addison and Alex romance would have went. I really did. Now, Joe is his true love, but Izzy was his soulmate. Argue with the ball. And I always say this, he was a better friend to Meredith than Christina. Izzy actually made him a better man, to be honest. She really did. Now let's move on to McDreamy. Child, please. Team Truck, more like McGaslight, because ain't no way. Now, I am Team Truck on certain occasions. To be honest, he really did not deserve Meredith. He really didn't on occasions, but then on other occasions, he was the right person for Meredith. But then on other occasions, it's like, Meredith, really? You could do better. But I don't like how he basically made Meredith run behind him, to be honest. Like, she had to run behind him for him to love her. Like, come on now. But I do wish he would have met Baby Ellis, though. Like, why can't y'all have him, like, why couldn't he die in season 12? Like, really? Come on now. But he was a great surgeon. He was a good friend. But he really was kind of like a remiss of a brother towards Amelia. Granted, Amelia has done some questionable things. But, come on now. At some point, let's let it go. Mark, team playing on occasions. Now, I like Mark. I do. But how you mad at Lexi for having relations with Alex when you just did it with Addison not too long ago? Like, what is your logic? You mad at Lexi for having relations with Alex, but you had just did it with Addison not too long ago. Then You were an arrogant surgeon. Like, okay, I get it, you plastics, all that. Calm down. Y'all, calm it down now. You ain't God's gift to medicine. Calm it down. Stop being so arrogant, sir. Now, Lexi, I love Lexi. But my issue with her was, I wish she would just back off of Meredith when she first got there. Lexi, it was obvious Meredith did not want to know you. It's obvious she didn't want to talk to you. It's obvious she didn't like you. And you still pushed and pushed and pushed. Let me find out I have a sibling that my dad raised and he didn't raise me. Oh yeah, I'm going to feel some resentment. I'm going to feel resentment because how you raised that child know you in and out, up and down, front to back. That child know you like that. I don't even know you. Of course I'm going to be upset. I mean, it was obvious Meredith didn't want anything to do with Lexi. And Lexi just kept on pushing. Just kept on. I was like, girl, have some self-esteem. Stop pushing so much. This girl does not want to know you. She doesn't want to be around you. And you're pushing and pushing and pushing. Stop. Like, come on now, Lexi. But then Meredith did come back around. She came around. And they became great sisters. Lexi was annoying at first, though. But she grew on me. Now, April did not deserve the hate that she had got from Meredith and the others. Like, what y'all hating on April for? Like, come on now. The only intern that didn't really give her anything was Jackson. He really didn't give her no hate with residents. So we got even interns, residents. And I do like how it was. I loved it. I loved to see a character on Grey's have a relationship with God. I like to see that on TV. Like, we never see that, to be honest. We never see that in TV shows. Like, yeah, we see people say, oh yeah, I go to church. But April was deep in her faith. And I love to see that. Her best storyline was The Crisis of Faith, though. That was Sarah Drew, the actress you are. That was one of the best storylines that Grey's has ever gave April. Now, like I said at the beginning, I don't really hate Owen. But let me go ahead and he don't deserve to hate all he get. Okay? Yeah, he cheated on Christina. But so he has 50% in the hospital. Yes. He yelled at Christina about killing the baby. But, I'm going to say this, and I don't want y'all to get mad. I just want y'all to kind of like understand where I'm coming from a little bit. I see her point of view. I do. I've always saw Christina's point of view. But after rewatching Grey's multiple times, because Grey's is one of my favorite TV shows, so why would I not rewatch Grey's? But after seeing her point multiple times, I understand that point. But as I rewatch it, I kind of see Owen's point to a point. I kind of see his point to a point. I kind of see it like he... But first of all, sir, you stopped right there by her while she got the abortion. So what you mad for, though? And I kind of see that you upset because you wanted the baby, but you stood right there beside her. So why are you upset? I mean, I saw your point of view. You want to have a baby, you want a family, but then you was sitting right there beside her. Why she got the abortion? So what? So what you upset for? Huh? But that conversations they had at their own house. Don't have it at Meredith's house. Don't come to my house and have a whole conversation where people are actually listening. It's going to be a celebration for Zola, and you'll be having a whole argument in the kitchen. Girl, please. Boy, please. Now, him and Christina was a great couple in the beginning. They were. I'm not going to lie. They had the chemistry. When we was first introduced to Owen and he pulled out the icicle out of Christina, like, him and Christina had mad chemistry. I was like, okay, all right. But then Teddy came, and then the topic of children started. Then cheating, that's the topic of children, that's when everything went downhill. Now, he is not responsible for Lexi being wolf food and Mark dying. I don't know why majority of the Grays fandom say that Owen is the reason why Lexi and Mark are dead. No. If he is, then Derek is the reason why Charles and Reed are dead. Now, Owen is he's a great father, great mentor, great doctor, and he is a great friend. His friendship with April, and then his friendship with Derek and Mark after they kind of grew to know each other. And I do like how I wish him and Meredith had more scenes together. I really did. So, yeah, he is a good friend and good doctor and everything. But it's a crappy husband. Now, Joe, I got so sick of hearing about how Joe was living in her car and how she was homeless and how she had to fight tooth and nail to get to school. Like, girl, we get it. We get it. But then when she did to Stephanie, I was like, you know what? Ugh. But she didn't deserve everything that happened to her, though. She really did. She's a good mom. And she was a great surgeon. Now, Link, that man got on my natural nerve. He really did. First and foremost, I call him McMarriage because every chance he got, he was proposing to Amelia. I was like, this lady does not want to get married. Like, she keep turning you down and you still asking her to marry you and she's saying no. And then you sit up here and enlist Meredith's 3 children to hold out rings at Maggie's wedding. And then she sit up here and say no again. Actually, she can say nothing. Wow. Now, come on now. And now that they have made Joe and Link together. They put them together. Okay, really? Grace, is so hard to have a friendship between a boy and a girl. Just be platonic. Like, just be platonic. Without anything going romantic. But are y'all allergic to platonic friends? Come on now. Richard, I would always say Richard favored Meredith so much. He did. All because that was his ex-lover's daughter. Come on now. He gave her a pass to certain things that the other interns wouldn't even get a pass for. But he is the best chief, and he is more of a father to Meredith and Thatcher, so that's good. Now, Callie, she did not deserve 2 partners to cheat on her. She really didn't. Now, I was on her side during the divorce, but Miss Girl was pushing it during that custody battle. Like, now come on, Calliope and Virginia Torres. Now, come on now. Now, this is just me, but before I get into that, she is a great mom. She's a great daughter. She's a great friend. She's a great person. But let me get into this other part. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but seeing the What If episode, I actually like the idea of Callie and Owen together. I know. I feel like if they, because we all know Callie she did not have no bisexual tendencies until Erica Hahn showed up. She was with George. She was always with men. So that's why I felt after watching that What If episode, I was like, what if they actually would have kept her with men? I feel like they probably would have put her and Owen together. I mean, her and Owen wanted the same things. They wanted a family. They both worked great together. They were both good friends, so why not? But that was just the What If episode. Her and Arizona was together for good. She is with who she is with, who she deserves. Arizona. Now, Miss Girl, I liked Arizona a little bit, but after she cheated on Callie, I was like, take the leg. Now, Miss Girl had a loving wife at home, amazing wife, but then she was so hurt because Callie chose to amputate your leg and save your life. Girl, you blame Callie for that leg. Now, if Callie would have blamed you for the car accident, what would you say then? I mean, granted, Callie didn't have her seatbelt on, but Arizona wasn't looking at the road. So, my thing is, if we knew that you was going to cheat on Callie, then Sophia would have been great without you, so, oh well. Now, I was on her side during the custody battle. I was on her side. But she was a great friend, except for the time she told Jackson that April was pregnant, even though April didn't want Jackson to know yet. But okay. Now, when she screamed at Callie, talking about, you weren't on the plane, sweetie, newsflash, you wasn't supposed to be on the plane in the first place. Remember, you got so mad at Alex because he turned down Johns Hopkins. Yeah. You're the reason why they did not get any money. Or did they? I forget. Did they get any money? They might have. If I remember, they might have got some money. Or I don't think they did. No, they did. They got money. They did. But still, though. How you screaming at her back? You weren't on the plane, but you weren't supposed to be on the plane either. Like, come on now. You weren't supposed to be on the plane either, Arizona. Now, I love Maggie. I do. Everyone says, oh, Maggie is so annoying. Okay, the main people that say Maggie is annoying are the same people that would uplift Lexi for her doing the same thing that Maggie did. Like, come on now. The same people that would say Maggie is annoying are the same people that would love it if Lexi had did what Maggie did. Like, seriously. Now, honestly, Adele getting Alzheimer's was really weird. I mean, it's like, they didn't use Adele all the time. So why give Adele Alzheimer's? Like, come on, really? Wow, okay. Like, all right. I mean, they really made Alzheimer's a staple on that show. I was like, okay, Adele got Alzheimer's? Wow, okay, all right. Now, the whole Ava, Rebecca, Jane Doe situation with Alex, that was weird as ever. Like, that was weird. Like, this lady, was I can't even talk about it because I was that uh, that girl was something else. Now I do feel like the children on the show are probably emotionally neglected by the parents because sometimes we really don't see them with their children, and if we do, it's like for a minute, then they gotta go. They gotta go. Now, I feel like this is what the writer should have did with Meredith's character. Instead of having Meredith find a new lover every 24 hours, they could have had her. They could have expanded it on a single mother aspect and expand her relationship with the kids. I mean, I was surprised Zola did not throw a fit about how absent her mother was. I mean, I'm surprised about that. Like, I'm just saying. Like, Derek was verbally abusive, though. When he got angry, he was incredibly patronizing and used his age as an advantage. And then he told Meredith something about, you don't get to act like a spoiled child in my OR. I was like, okay, sir. Like, you need to calm it down. Like, you need to calm it down. All the way. Now, Maggie. Now, I'm going to say this. Maggie, when it was necessary, she has been shown to be more professional than 95% of everybody. She was unbiased when criticizing the Weber method. She wasn't afraid to speak up about Winston when Winston did something wrong. She was able to work on Meredith after her attack. Even though they say family members can't work on family members. First of all, Meredith's basically family to everybody. She's basically the cousin to everybody, either the sister or the cousin. Maggie has not gone above and beyond and do stupid things like Meredith and the other people on the show. I mean, I'm just saying. She proved to be a little bit more professional than that. Like, now I do like Meredith and Riggs. They were good together. And then that point where Meredith and Maggie where Maggie was upset with Meredith, I kind of felt like, okay, why are you upset with Meredith? I mean, I get that she is kind of like dating the guy that you like, but did you tell him that you liked him? I'm trying to forget, did she tell him that she liked him or something? I don't know, I forget. But I was like, okay, you're upset. I mean, I get it, but then I don't get it because, like, okay, it's not like y'all were going out. It's not like y'all were committed to each other. And I'm gonna get some hate for this, but Mark and Dixie really wasn't nothing special, y'all. It really wasn't. I mean, nothing to aspire to be. Like, Season 6, it should have been dissolved. That whole Sloan grandchild situation ended. He wanted a family, she didn't. Y'all two different wave paths ended. Go ahead. Before it get too bad, ended. Sorry, but ended. Now, when it comes to Amelia I feel like some people don't like her. Some people love her. Some people tolerate her. And that's just with anybody on this show. Everybody either likes a character, tolerates a character, or doesn't like them at all. Or loves the character. And with Amelia, she's one of the focal points of people kind of liking her, but they don't like her, but they tolerate her. But then you have some people that love Amelia. Me personally, I love Amelia. Ever since Private Practice, I love Amelia. Even though sometimes Amelia can get on my nerves, just like any other character I love on that show. Amelia can get on my nerves. Yes. Am I saying she's a saint? No. Has she done stuff in the past? Yes. But she is working on everything. She has been working on everything to be the best sister, the best mother, the best friend she could possibly be. And I feel like some people have not given her any grace, especially her sisters, Nancy, and what's the other name? No, not Nancy. No, yes, it is Nancy. And Kathleen. Okay, yeah, Nancy and Kathleen. Those two. I'm trying to get her any grace. Everybody should know Nancy. I think that's something. Yeah, Nancy. Yeah, she played Miss Honey in Matilda. So, and everybody should know Amelia's other sister Lizzie. Scream. Like, come on now, she's on Scream. Bev Campbell. All right. But anyway, with Amelia, I feel like a lot of people do not understand her. Like, yeah, she has flaws. She was a drug addict. She did this, she did that. But they don't understand her. And I feel like some people need to watch Private Practice to understand Amelia. Like, I forgot what season Amelia actually comes in to Grey's Anatomy. But I feel like a lot of people need to stop, need to pause Grey's Anatomy and turn on Private Practice so they could fully understand Amelia without just jumping to conclusions like, oh, she's just this, she's that. No, Amelia is much more than just what you think she is. Addison, I love me some Addison. Addison Forrest Montgomery. When she stepped on the scene on the last episode of season 1, and she gagged Meredith and said, so you must be the woman that's been sleeping with my husband? I was like, okay, well, what are we going to do then? I was like, okay, why don't y'all have season 2 out already? This is one hell of a way to end the first season. And mind you, that first season that season is only 9 episodes. It held the title out of Grey's history for being the shortest season. But I forgot what season that was. It was season 20. Season 20 had came behind it as the number 2 season as the shortest episodes, because season 1 had 9 episodes. Season 20 had 10 episodes. The reason why season 20 had 10 episodes was because that was during the writer's strike and everything, and they only allowed them to only do 10 episodes. So that's why it's only 10 episodes. But Addison, now, when she was upset that Meredith that Derek had moved on to Meredith, I was like, honey, did you cheat on Derek first? So why are you getting mad? I was really like, why are you getting mad? You cheated on Derek. Okay, so he cheated on you, so what? But then again, I was like, well, maybe she's just upset. But I was fully expecting to hate Addison when she first came on, though. I think a lot of us had that kind of like mindset that we was going to hate Addison when she came on, because we was like, okay, let's go stop Meredith and Derek from getting together. But baby, they did not stop them from getting together, and I love Addison. And when she left to go to private practice, I went right with her. I was still rocking with Grace, y'all. I was still right there with Grace every single Thursday night because Grey's Anatomy came on Thursday nights. So I was right there with Grace, but I had moved to private practice too because they put private practice on Thursdays. Like, I think it was like right after Grace. I think it was. I think they put private practice on right after Grace. I don't know. I forgot, or they put private practice on a different day. I don't forgot when they put private practice on, but I do know they had put them on, and it was like either Wednesday or Thursday. But when she went to private practice, I was right there with her. Now on private practice, child, honestly, they, to be honest, they I feel like they could kind of bring back private practice a little bit, or bring back the characters from private practice and put them on Grey's. Okay, yeah, it premiered in 2007 and then ended in January of 2013. So I feel like it was I feel like it was on a Thursday. Yeah, it was on Thursday nights. But then it moved to Tuesday nights during the 2011-2012 season. So, yeah. I don't know why they just couldn't keep it on Thursdays. But, they just had to do whatever they wanted to do. They just did whatever they wanted. Addison, what can I say about Addison? She's that girl. She's just that girl. Now, George, y'all. When I tell y'all I have beef with George O'Malley, I do. First season, I thought George was going to be this fun character. He was going to, before I even get into George, I do hope Addison comes back permanently to Grey's Anatomy. I do want to see Addison come back permanently to Grey's. And if she can get Charlotte King and Cooper and all that from private practice to come over there to Grey's Anatomy, I hope they can do that. Because that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see more people from the Grey's universe and from the whole Shonda Rhimes universe at least come on Grey's Anatomy. I mean, at least do that. But I will say I do have beef with private practice stuff because they did not have to kill Pete. They really didn't. Killing Pete was unnecessary. There's a bunch of other stuff that happened in the Grey's Anatomy universe. It's just unnecessary. But anyway, back to George. Now, I thought, I initially liked George. Initially liked George when the series began. But season 2, that's when he made me mad. Like, it didn't even take season 3 or 4. It took season 2, like the middle of season 2. And this was like right after him and Meredith had that disastrous night. I hate that I have to talk about that, but I'm going to talk about it. We all know that George had a crush on Meredith. I think Meredith knew that she just ain't want to pursue anything because, first of all, it's George, really. Anyway, Meredith was drunk. George wasn't drunk. So basically, he took advantage of her, knowing that she did not like him in that way. And she started crying, and he got mad and stormed out the room, a huffing and a puffing. But I do recall Ellen Pompeo saying that was the one scene in Grey's Anatomy that she wished didn't happen, and she regrets that scene because her and the actor that played George, T.R. Knight, they both did not like that scene. So it was like, why did that have to happen? But but at this point, it's Grey's Anatomy. Like, okay, why did George have to take advantage of Meredith now? He knew she didn't like him. He knew that, and he still took advantage. He still enslaved the girl. Like, okay, I get those Grey's Anatomy. Wild things happen. This is what the wild things are, and this is the unexpected and the unpredictable. But at some point, George should have known. And then he got mad at Meredith, though. Like, pipe down. Like, pipe down, sir. You ain't all that. You ain't that desirable. And I get why Izzy was like, if you can't fix this, then I'm going to be on his side. But I mean, her and George was closer than her and Meredith, to be honest, if we want to be honest. I mean, like, Meredith and Izzy had a good relationship. It was close. But Izzy and George was kind of closer because, Meredith was with Christina. Her and Christina was tight. They were homegirls. They was each other person. And, like, I mean, I kind of get why she would be on his side, but then I don't understand why she would be on his side because, like, the board took advantage of Meredith. Like, come on now, Iz. Calm down. Now, Christina, let me go ahead and talk about my girl, Christina. Now, Christina, everyone called her a robot. Like, yes, she's like this robot. She's not going to do anything. And she's not going to experience emotions. Miss Girl experienced emotions. I feel like she just knew how to handle her emotions a little bit better. And she would never let anyone see her crack. She would not let anyone see her crack. And I feel like that's the beauty of Christina. Like, she holds her emotions and she's not going to let you see her fall. Now, I will say Christina's best relationship was with Surgery. That's all. Her and Surgery was the best relationship. I get everybody's like a Bertina fan or Crowan fan. Look, I get it. I loved Christina and Owen together. At the beginning. Let me go ahead and get it out right now. At the beginning. When they first got together, I know I already talked about this, when I was talking about Owen, when he first came on the scene and everything, him and Christina had mad chemistry. I was like, all right. Yes, a step up from Burke. But then he took a step down. I was like, well, you know what, Owen? How could you do this? How could you just disappoint people? I mean, I feel like everybody initially liked Owen when he first got on. I feel like everyone initially liked him when he first got on this show. I mean, I know I did because he used to give Derek and Mark hell. That man didn't care. Good. They deserve a little hell in their life. Burke and Christina. But let me go ahead and get this out because everyone loves to say, Izzy always slut shame Meredith. Izzy always slut shame Meredith. Baby, Christina was the first one to slut shame Meredith. She was the first one to do that. If you recall, episode 1 of season 1, Derek chose Meredith to be his inside the OR when they was working on Katie Bryce. Christina got mad because Derek chose Meredith and he didn't choose her. So they went down like the hallway thing, and Meredith was like, well, I can always talk to Derek and say, I don't want it, you can get it. She was like, no. And then Christina was like, well, you know what? I didn't get the med school because I'm a famous mother, and I don't get picked for surgeries because I flirt with my boss. So, now, everyone always says it's a slut shame Meredith, but Christina was the first one to actually do it. I think people just forget that point, and they just want to be like, okay, well, you know what? Christina really didn't do it. Izzy did it, but no. Christine, Meredith told Christina something that she never told anybody. She didn't want nobody to know. But Christina would use that against her. So, all right. Now, Burke and Christina, to me, they really did not fit. They wasn't a good couple to me. And I'm not just saying that because I kind of like the Christina on a little better. No, Burke and Christina was kind of like weird. I mean, yeah, they had their good moments where they were like good, but the part when he left her at the altar and this lady stood beside you and you had your hand trimmer, she sat there and did surgeries for you as a intern, as a third-year intern, and oh, excuse me, and you sit up here and leave her at the altar? Exit to the left, sir. But they did have some good moments. But then, overall, they was just there. Burke, well, I'm on the topic of Christina and Burke. Burke, I'm glad he's gone. That man was an arrogant bastard. He really was. He always thought he was God's gift to medicine. Sir, you're not all that. You're not all that now. Calm it down. You is not God's gift to medicine. And the fact that but basically kind of like, I don't know how to put it, but kind of like talk down to the interns. Like, I know they're interns. And I know everybody kind of like talks down to interns. Okay, but you got to realize they still are learning their interns. And I know you're going to be like, well, you love Bailey, though. First of all, Bailey was strict with them. She made sure that they got their stuff together. That man really just ain't called Georgia pansy an idiot. Basically was like, oh, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Okay, first of all, how about you show them what they do? How about you show? I'm a visual learner. Some of these, if I was an intern, I would be like, okay, can you show me? Because I don't know. I mean, if you get mad because I say, can you show me? I'm going to be like, okay, well, you know what? You ain't got to worry about it. I'll do it. If the patient died, that's on you because you didn't show me. But Bert was just arrogant, to be honest. He really was. And I'm glad Bailey told him about himself. Now, I'm trying to remember what character I did not do. Because I feel like I did. Ben, oh, okay, I forgot about Ben. Ben is a great husband. He's a great father. I'm gonna need him to stick to a profession now. Okay, he's back at Grays. He's back at being a doctor and everything. But I don't know, but I got this feeling that they might create a new show. And it's gonna be like this Seattle PD, Seattle Police Department or whatever. And he goes sit up there and have a career change again. And he could be a police officer. Sir, at this point you just getting all first responders. You're getting all the jobs with first responders. I mean, come on now. Overall, he's a great husband to Bailey. That's what Bailey needed. She needed a great husband. Because that one she had before, child, please. Boki is a queen. Boki is mother. I love Boki. Like, if anything happens to Boki in the show, that's all. That's what you do. If anything happens to Boki in the show, my top 3 people, if anything happened to, well, top 5, I'm gonna say that on the show that's current, the people that's on the show now, if anything happens to Boki, Bailey, Ben. Okay, who else? I'm trying to remember who else. I remember. Um, Amelia and Simone. Anything happens to them in the show. To me, in the show. Especially if something happens to Boken, because Boken has been there since season 1. I don't want that show to continue if something happens to Boki. Like if something happens to her in that show, because there's no more Grey's Anatomy. There is no more. Now, like I said, Grey's Anatomy is one of them shows that captivates you within the first episode. I feel like everyone always just start from season 1. Many people say that they stopped watching after Derek died, and then some people say they stopped watching after Christina left. But my thing is, whenever somebody posts a clip or something on TikTok, y'all always in the comments say, I'm so glad I stopped watching after this. If you so glad, why you commenting? Why you speaking on it? Like, evidently you still watching because you are engaged with the show, with the video. Like, come on now. But overall, Grey's Anatomy is a 10 out of 10 show. I love it so much. Matter of fact, I'm finna go rewatch it now. So thank y'all for this part of the season, which was all the TV shows. So after this, start from episode 1 and then get back to episode 10. Thank y'all. And I'll see y'all on June 30th with the second half of the season. So tune in June 30th for a new episode of the Christian J Show.